Oh. Welcome to the Vortex Healing Centre's podcast on this auspicious day, the 12th of the 1st, 2020. All those twos and all the ones, it's really very, very big today. So hang on to your hats and we're going to try and ease ourselves into it. And with all these astrological things happening, I know Maria's on the phone so she can actually correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not actually a conjunction of Saturn and Pluto. It's a conjunction, it's a four-way conjunction with the Sun and Mars as well? Sorry? Mercury, that's it. Yes, I knew there was another little troublemaker in there. Yeah, so it's a four-way thing. So if you're feeling anxious and can't sleep and a little bit irritable and want to hit somebody, then blame it on the stars. Okay, so a little bit of history about this thing that's happening today. Because of all the work that I've done with our vortex here, I've been able to, with the help of others, set up various connections to here, and a little while, or probably 2009, quite a few years ago now, my dear friend Janita, who's now no longer with us, when I set up, we were asked to set up a portal between Uluru and Katajuta, and very, very big one occurred. It was a very big time. We had a bit of a battle, but then we got it all done and sorted, and there's a huge big vortex between the two monoliths. Now that plays a big role today. When I came back from Uluru after the Aboriginal energy did contact me, and they were quite happy that it was done. They were learning the new songline, the beat of the new songline, and that's all been being for a while and sorting through until it was time for it to come on board. Now, the last couple of weeks, we had the magenta codes come in. Now, as far as I know, no one else on the planet has got these yet. There's a few now, obviously, since we're on the first part of the timeline, so we receive a lot of it first. But because the vortex here is pure, a lot of it comes into here and then goes out through all the lines of connection we've created. And so they're reaching many of the power sites now in its purest form. So that was one of our roles here as a vortex keeper, what we had to provide. But what's that got to do with today? Well, the magenta codes, nobody's talking about them yet. And it's because they operate from the 8th chakra, and unless you're totally tuned in and on your spiritual path, you won't be able to receive these codes. They are the area where the divine male and the divine female meet and unite, which really to us means that we're coming into the completion of ourselves. We have merged the two sides of ourselves, the active and the passive, the wise and the one that puts all the wisdom into action, have now finally got on the same page. But what this does is allow the higher self to come in. Now, the higher self can totally guide us once we're in that unified state. So there's no interference from our brain, our mind, people on the outside. We will be totally led well. And I think that was Kalinda that just came on, and Kalinda and Robin Adams also had a big role to play in the Uluru conjunction of the two. One was the male and female joining there, and we had to take the energy then through the belly of the winds into the womb of the earth there. And Kalinda found that. Thank you very much, Kalinda. We did that well. So everything good. Good, yeah. I'm not seeing everybody, so that's fine. Okay. Hi, Janet. I can't see Katie, but I know you're there. Hi, Katie. Carol Matthews is here. Jane Lindsay's here. And Kalinda McDonald. Wonderful, Kalinda. Oh, awesome. Yeah, she's gone up for the big activation. Okay, I'm scrolling down again. Yeah. Oh, lovely. You'll be able to feel the energy directly. And you can type in what you're feeling there, Katie, and see what the energy feels like. And Kalinda, I'm glad to see you on because... Pardon? Oh, good. Stephen Lovell from Victoria. Soon to be from Tasmania. Smart boy. Man, I should say. Unless I've been talking to Kalinda. Kalinda actually found the area we had to go through. We had to take the energy from the vortex through after a big hike through the Valley of the Winds in Catajuta, which I still think is a far more powerful place than Uluru, but that's only me. So what's it mean to us? Basically, because all of these things are happening, the ability to complete ourselves, if you like, is here and now. We can do it. We can do it far more easily than ever before. And at the completion of ourselves, we are in total contact, or we become literally our higher selves. So that's phenomenal. That's ascension. That's the whole aim of the game. And they're saying that the Pluto-Saturn conjunction is the one that brings the beginning of perfection. And the perfection is our completed self, our perfected self. So everything should have a bit of a magenta colour while we're talking. I know Carol Matthews has been getting photos of a magenta colour sheen over the top of all her landscape. So, yeah. Yeah, and Katie's just written that the full moon lunar energy was so strong last night. Much energy had been pulling through from Catajuta. Storms and lightning, yes. Yes, it's going to be a very big time. All those people up there are going to get a big jolt, whether they are ready for it or not. So that is the advantage. We have somebody that's coming down from Queensland to stay here tonight. So this will be interesting too. People are ready now. And the fires have, to a certain extent, cleared the song lines, and particularly the one between Mount Warning and the Vortex Centre. And that is one that will be very, very powerful coming into this next part of February and March, so on. So I've actually called this meditation May the Flow Be With You, which a coin Barbara found yesterday, a term Barbara found for it, and we decided, what to call it. Will it be Uluru? Will it be what? But in all my meditating and listening this morning, I found that the only thing we need to do is flow, which means we don't fight, we go with the flow, because it will take us now easily, smoothly, and directly. So we'll begin the meditation on that note. And as always, we start with some lovely deep breaths from the center of the earth. Drawing from the center of our dear Mother Gaia, up through our feet and into our higher heart. And a warning to those who haven't been working with their higher heart, they will go through quite a bit, as this is the one place that needs to be stimulated to receive the other codes. It has to be cleansed and cleared. Fortunately, if you've been doing our meditations for a long time, you will have a lovely, clean, sparkly higher self or higher heart. And then we take 3 deep breaths in the center of the universe, from the great central sun to the center of the galactic center, which coincidentally is directly above our vortex. Again, drawing all that energy down into the higher heart. And we do 3 combined breaths. Drawing deeply from the great central sun, in the center of dear Mother Gaia, bringing those beautiful energies of the Mother and Father into our higher heart and combining with our own seed, with our own God seed. So we have the Trinity I'm just tuned into Uluru now, and I'm seeing these huge, huge rainbow coming out from the waterhole. Obviously, that's behind Uluru there, at the top corner. And much has been said about the diamond grids, the crystalline grids, but the diamond grids are what bring us all into the rainbow energy. Because as we become the frequency of the diamond, we refract all the beautiful colours. The greater our light, the more light we refract. And as we take some beautiful deep breaths here, drawing in that lovely rainbow energy, I'm just now stretching across the sun line between Katajuta and Uluru. What a beautiful symbol. From the vortex between Uluru and Katajuta, the rainbow is diving into the vortex, out of the vortex into Katajuta, and from Katajuta into the vortex. I'm not sure which way it comes. But as the two come in, you see the white dove arising. The rainbow arcs form its wings, but as it rises above, it turns white. This is the time we have been waiting for. This is the part of the Keys of Enoch, with the white dove returning. I'm going to leave you to just breathe in this beautiful energy. This is just amazing. Uh, I'll leave you to enjoy these energies, and I'm sure Kuan Yin wants to come to each and every one of you, because some of the transits are going to be a little bit different and you might fight them a bit. So just sit back, relax, and allow everything to flow through you. I'll call for you in a while. I want you all to take a deep breath. Don't come fully back. Just bring your awareness back so that the flow can continue. Kuan Yin is asking me to talk about the vortex here a little bit, and through our long journey together. And Kuan Yin was actually birthed through the vortex in 2005, 2007, one or the other. And she has overseen its progress and guided me, protected me, helped me, warned me of all the things that needed to be done here to enable the vortex to fulfill its role. Now we are on the tail of the rainbow serpent and connect directly to Uluru. And then Janita and I set up the vortex between Katajuba and Uluru. I saw the male Buddha, the tall thin one, come out of the vortex there. And he and Kuan Yin walked all the way to Victoria, and that's somewhere between here and Uluru. And they danced together. Kuan Yin saying this is the fulfillment of their dance. The divine male and the divine female joining. And so we now have our own songline. We've livened up the tail of the rainbow serpent, which has always been ignored. However, because we're both solar plexus portals, we work in conjunction with each other. We have become one. A huge, huge time in the life of the Tasmanian vortex and its keepers. Barbara and I have done heaps over the years to bring this to where it should be, often involving a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work. And it's certainly been worth it, because we've arrived here at this day where everything now goes forwards. Won't that be fabulous? I wouldn't know how to handle that. Been like wading through mud most of my career, but it's fabulous. And I want to thank each and every one of you for partaking in part of this journey. It's been a phenomenal time. So again, just take a few moments to yourself. And all your guides and helpers have joined around you. Just receive the flow. And now I ask you to once again take some nice deep combined breaths. Centering ourselves in this beautiful energy. Know that there's plenty more work to do, but it will be far easier, far more easily achieved to help others just by beaming your now bright rainbow light with the magenta overflow. You beam that and people won't be able to resist and will automatically open and change. And in my quiet time, I received this present, so I opened it. It was a big box of opalescent light. And I thought, oh. And so I absorbed some of that, and then I thought, I'm going to put it over Scott Morrison and see if we can get him on track and lead us out of the mess that he's led us into. And he kind of shriveled up inside, so hopefully he will be able to do that. I then sent the light from the Catajuta down to the vortex here, and then I sent it up through the sun line to Mount Warning. And as I got to Mount Warning, I could see a pair of hands come out again with the opalescent light. And it cleared all the black smoke or negative thought above it. Literally blew it away. So he's looking to a far brighter, far happier time to come. And once again, thank you for joining us and supporting us here at the Vortex Healing Centre. For all of you on Facebook, who I will leave shortly, please continue to put any comments in that you feel you want to share with others. And if you need to talk to either Barbara or myself, just leave a message and we will contact you. Once again, thank you for being with us.